Thanks for coming. It's detox time, so every spring, this is my, I think, 18th spring to be doing standard processes. One of their, it used to be called Purification, which they still have that around, but now they have a newer product that's better, that's called Detox Balance. And tonight I'm going to talk about the purpose of the why to detox. So I had you guys fill out, the live audience here, the toxicity questionnaire, which we're going to put a link below on the website and on our social media. You can do it online if you want to fill it out, and just kind of all the ways we're exposed to toxins. So we don't even think about the toxins that are accumulating on a daily basis of why to purify. Now, first thing I want to say is this is not like don't eat, only drink like juice and maple syrup, or I've heard a lot of crazy diets, detox diets. This is safe. This has been tested. It's been tested with diabetic clinics and a lot of other places, so it's been really safe and had really good results. They've had blood work show, cholesterol changes, a lot of things that have improved. And what I like about it is that we're doing things using natural ways. We're using natural foods and natural products, and not trying to manipulate the body, but actually try to just feed the body to do what it does. It should be doing naturally. So let's get started. So I'm gonna move over here. I love this slide. This is my burning house slide. Most of us, and especially in our society, are just inflamed. We are just, like just sick. I mean, it's one of the number one complaints of inflammation, pain, all this. So are you living in this burning house, or are you like got some silent things going on that you don't even know yet that could erupt in this very easily? So let's look at that. So right now, I always like to start with the top things that are killing us. So we have heart disease at about 30%, heart disease, vascular diseases. We have cancer, we have Alzheimer's, diabetes, and then the respiratory diseases, okay? Accidents, we can't deal with, right? That's just, it is what it is. But the rest of this, majority of these things that we die from is lifestyle choices. So what we do with this and what we do with this. Like, are we moving our butt? Are we getting out of the chair? Are we exercising? What are we putting in our bodies? So we're going to talk more today about what we're putting in our bodies. So also right now with a statistic of, we have a ton of asthma and irritations along this. It's definitely increasing. It's been steadily increasing over the last couple of years. I've been in practice about 17 years now. And every year it seems like we have more and more asthma cases, more and more, people struggling to breathe. So we're going to talk about some things, possibly why today. So physical health overall. Well, first off, we want to make 5 keys to optimal physical health is we want all body systems operating 100% up and running. So as a chiropractor, I try to make sure the nervous system is communicating effectively, whether you're in pain or not. So most people come to a chiropractor because they're in pain. That motivates them to get them in the door. But then I talk about pain's only that 10 to 15% of our body that we feel. There's all this other parts of our body, our lungs, our hearts, our digestive system that we don't necessarily feel all the time. So I want to make sure those nerves are communicating adequately to them. That superhighway, we want to make sure that's communication. So it's really important. Number 2 on here, optimizing the nutrition going into our body. So number 3, reducing the toxins that are going into our body or on our body. We'll talk about that. Making sure our body is moving. They say we need to move at least 10 to 15 minutes for every hour we are awake during the day. So if you're not moving in that, then you're a deficit. It's not good for the body. And then also having a healthy mindset. So I have tons of videos I've already done on this, attitude of gratitude, how to have a healthy mindset. So, this again, what are we putting, into or onto our bodies? So we have all these things in our society right now. The vaping's been, everybody's in the media a lot. I've been talking about it for probably a year and a half now, and just saying it's not a good thing. You're putting chemicals that are getting absorbed into our bloodstream through our lungs, and things that are not meant to go in our lungs are going to cause a problem. It's just kind of, for me, it's like common sense, but don't put it into your flavor that goes into your lungs. It's not like your digestive system that's designed for flavors. That's just not right. But anything we put on our skin that absorbs into our bloodstream, anything we breathe in, anything that we eat, or even cleaning products, that's going to go into our bloodstream. So any non-food, any food colorings, any artificial flavorings, any artificial anything, any non-food goes into our bloodstream or goes into our digestion. The liver is the responsible guy to clean that up. It's like our master, like oil filter. You gotta change your car. Everybody's good about it every 3,000 miles. I'm a little over, sorry guys. On mine, I make that appointment. But making sure you change it on your car to make sure your car is running fine. We all know about vehicle maintenance. We know about changing the filters on our furnaces. But do we do it for our own bodies? Do we make sure that we're taking care of that liver? So this purification diet, I usually try to do myself twice a year. I usually try to do a 10-day one, and then I usually try to do a 3 to 4 week one, once a year. So right now I'm trying to do the longer one in the spring. Springtime's a real good time to kind of rehab. We just went through the holiday season where all the junk and all the foods and all the fun happened, all the candies and desserts. So it's always a really good time to kind of just reset. Also gets you ready for, the summer. So chemicals we should avoid. So any toxic chemicals. We have more chemistry and chemicals in underneath our kitchen sinks now in the American household than we did in the labs in the 50s. So we have all these chemicals in our houses, and so we need to make sure we're trying to do better with more natural products. So we're not absorbing those. Or if you're using those products, try to make sure you wear gloves. It's not absorbing into your body. Also, we have the chemical disinfectants, air fresheners. So I want to get on this. I think I talk about it a little bit in my book about we have all these air fresheners. There's so many commercials on these sprays and chemicals we're putting in the air. They don't talk about how those go into our body. Again, they go into our lungs. They go into our bloodstream. That is not for us to process. So just making the air smell good is not necessarily a good thing in your house. So on the questionnaire, it talks about, do you have an air purifier? So I have an air purifier in my house, and it does a little bit of ozone once in a while, just to neutralize the air, make sure we have a healthy air quality in our house. Now another thing too is candles. Some of these candles, I've even heard of lead being in the wicks. I've heard of some of these, the chemicals and some of the fragrances even are not very good on the body. Some people, can actually have allergic reactions to some of these chemicals that are in there. So look at there's more natural, soy-based candles. They have different candles, but try to make sure that they don't load them with chemicals, because that is going to get into your body as well. You're going to breathe that in. Another thing that people don't think about is carpet, new carpet. I know you've walked into a house before and you smell, you got new carpet or a new building, and you're like, wow. That's plastics. And then you're inhaling those plastics from the carpet. So there has been documentations about people getting sick from being overwhelmed from a new carpet situation. So there's a lot of things that we don't think about that could be exposing our body. And I don't want to say let's put us all in a bubble as we are right now and lockdown and coronavirus, but I'm just saying, being aware of these things that you're getting exposed to and how you can help your body deal with it. So, also toxins, also just over-the-counter medications. I always like to talk about too, because the liver has to convert that. So everybody thinks about, all those drug commercials. They pretty much always say, make sure you get your liver enzymes tested. Make sure your doctor's monitoring these tests. Well, again, that's because your liver is responsible for filtering those compounds out of your body that you're getting in. And also the over-the-counter, the ibuprofens, the things that we can get readily, over the counter. I have so many people that come in and they've been on ibuprofen for 2 a day for a year. And I'm like, it says on the bottle, if you're taking it over a couple of weeks, you should seek a physician, because that's got side effects, and that's going to overwhelm that liver and make it toxic. So anything we process, artificial, that's going to load that in the. So toxins can cause fatigue, toxins actually a lot of times too get stored in the fat, in the fat cells. So it can cause the brain fog. If it can cross over to the blood-brain barrier, it can cause irritation on the brain. We have some skin disorders. So I've had people too with certain fabrics that it's irritated their bodies when it's like the weird chemicals that they are making the fabrics with. So they know they have to make sure if certain fabrics that they use that it'll be irritating. But also when the lungs get overloaded sometimes, we detox through our skin. So it'll start to try to get out of our skin as well. So if the liver's not working properly, our body's going to find other resources to get rid of our toxins. It's pretty amazing, this body. So, and then joint discomfort and added to the inflammation, irritation. So, how do we deal with these? So this is the happy liver cartoon we have. So the liver goes in and it just has all these chemical processes it does to neutralize toxins, to grab a hold of them, repackage them, and try to get them out. Okay, so liver's role. So it actually is important to make new proteins. So a lot of people don't think about the liver and actually helping create building blocks. It also is really important for clotting factors to create helping us in the cascade effect for making sure our blood clots properly. Most people know this, but bile production. So it's really important for the bile production. And the gallbladder, like I have a lot of patients and family members that have the gallbladder removed. They're like, but I don't have a gallbladder. Well, because that stores the bile. So bile is important for fat metabolism. So when we have fat metabolism, to break down. So everybody see that, like the Dawn commercial where they like drop the soap on the oil, the grease, and it like makes it disperse, right? What happens is that it makes it into tinier particles. It breaks up the oil, the fat. So that, like Dawn, that's what the bile does. Bile does that for any fat we deal with. It helps break it down into smaller things so we can digest it properly. So when we don't have our gallbladder anymore, then what happens is that bile is just continually to try to dump into the stomach. So it doesn't have like a trigger that, oh, fat, we ate some fat, let's dump some bile. So now we gotta work with that and make sure that we support the liver to make sure that bile is keep healthy, because now we don't have just the storage there. Okay, so without the liver, we can't grow properly, we could bleed to death, and we would have no way to really get rid of waste or all these things, these toxins that we build up. So most people think of the liver, they think of iron, right? If you're going to eat, you want some iron, let's eat some liver. Back in the day, not that this society does not eat liver anymore. My grandfather did, my dad used to eat the chicken livers, and we were like, ew, as kids. But it does store other things. We also have vitamin A, we have vitamin D, and vitamin K, and then B12, and then zinc as well. So right now, it's really important that we're taking care of our liver because it's really housing some of these really important minerals and vitamins that we need. And another thing is, so it's really important for weight loss because the liver is what converts fats to glucose and glucose to fat. So when you have too much calories, too much, food in there, then it's going to go, oh, I'm going to repackage this and then we're going to push it to fat because you don't need this energy. You ate too much and we don't need that. So we're going to push it to fat. And then when we need to burn fat, then it releases fat and it makes it back to glucose. So the liver is responsible for all that. Did you guys know that? No? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's pretty important. Okay. And also right now, since we're in the coronavirus, it's also really important for germ warfare to fight against germ warfare because it's also, so when you have cells that die, it also is the ones that eliminates that cell. So it's another way to clean out our blood from dead cells that we're collecting. So trying to get rid of any debris, let's say, in our body. So lay way to say it, but it's really the ultimate just cleaner upper. So the programs, we're going to go talk about the program. So I'm going to actually make a couple shakes first and then we're going to talk about it. So it's pretty simple. So standard process came out, like I said, like I think a year and a half ago. But it's a really simple, easy book, and they have a 10-day. They have the like a food diary you can keep in here. They got recipes. And what you do with this is you're not just doing the shakes the whole time. You only do you start off it's an easy way after you do 1 shake a day until a certain period of time, then you go to 2 shakes a day, you do that for a while and you ramp back down. And so at the same time we're trying to do more of a healthy diet. So we're trying to train yourself to eat healthy, eat all the healthy foods that we want. So more of a low carb Mediterranean style diet. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So I'm going to hurry up and make these shakes. So I'm just showing you how. So there's 2 flavors that came out with chai first. Because what's loaded in here is, so it's pea protein, and then we have pumpkin seed protein, buckwheat flour, dandelion root, barley grass, Spanish black radish, beetroot, and then we have what else we got? Concord grape, artichoke, and a bunch of other good stuff. So let's see what else we got. But a bunch of green stuff. So you guys eat all that every day, right? Everybody eats all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except beets.
Except for beets. You don't like the beets, that's right. So this is stuff, this is all these nutrients that everybody talks about that we should get every day. What's nice is they've dried, processed them, dried it in a powder form, and they made a combination. So they first did it with a chai flavor. So we're going to do that. So if you don't like chai, I'm doing another one. So I'm just doing this in water. Okay. And I got a little bit over a cup here because we got a live audience today. And I'm actually just going to put, because I like the chai, I like a little cinnamon. So I'm going to put a little dash of cinnamon in this. And I'm actually going to do it in both. So, yeah. And we're going to shake it up. And then I'm going to give it to my assistant to pour you guys some of this, okay? And then you can go, ew, no. So, I got ice cubes in here and water. So this is the chai one. So I usually like ice cubes just for my shakes, just to make them, they just taste better with me. I do have one patient, she does it with hot water in the morning, and she loves it. She says it's like her chai tea in the morning, and she does it with warm water. And she really likes it. So I'm going to give this to you, Ms. Crystal. And if you could just pour everybody just a little taste of that. So that's the chai one. And what I'm going to do with, now they came out with an unflavored one because, we got picky people. And they're like, ooh, I don't like chai. So now we have an unflavored one, which I actually did in ice, and this is actually almond milk. Because I wanted it just to have a little bit of something. So normally you just do 2 scoops, but I'm making about a little bit over normal. So 2 scoops per shake. So this makes it super, super easy. Now before, the original Detox Purification was all greens. And you had to put bananas in it, and blueberries in it, and a lot of stuff in it to doctor it up. And I'm glad that they made it a little bit more compliance, because before it didn't taste too good. So we had to really doctor it. So I had a really hard time getting patients to it hit my diehard health people that would try it. How is that tasting so far?
It's very good.
Pretty good? Really good? Good. Alright, so you want to try this one? So this one's without the chai, just in almond milk. So you do grab a couple more glasses. They're in the kitchen if you need some. So good job. So it's pretty good. So I'm really excited that they came out with something that's more tasty. You can actually want to drink it instead of force yourself to drink it. I've been in the health industry for, like I said, 17 years, and there's been a lot of shakes I've tried, and majority of the health shakes I did not like, I'll be honest. So this one's been really good and really easy. Even my husband is okay, not complaining when I've been making it. Because I'm on day 6. I started earlier this week. So he's been on board. He's on a health kick right now. So he's trying to do it with me. So the book comes with easy instructions. So what to eat while you're on this program. What we want to try to do is make it, like I said, phase it into a healthy lifestyle. So more of that low carb Mediterranean style diet. what we look at is healthy protein. So when you can have the shake either for breakfast, that's usually what I do, or you can do it for your breakfast. Yeah, so what I'm like rambling. Sorry. I usually do it for breakfast or like that 3 o'clock snack. Like you want to kind of get you through the day. That's kind of what I recommend for people. The proteins I recommend are the healthy proteins. So we want more of the salmon, rich omegas, like the tuna, the poultry. The best, if you can get organic, or antibiotic free, because again, we don't want to add more toxins. We're trying to avoid toxins and try to get healthy stuff in. Your grass-fed beef, wild game, beans, and lentils. So really good source of proteins you want to try to get in, and at least 2 meals of the day. You also want to do some healthy, omega-3, so avocados, walnuts, coconut oils. You can't eat on this. This is what I want. I want to just eat more natural foods, more healthier foods. And then making sure you're doing fresh fruits and vegetables, and try to do at least twice the vegetables versus fruits. So I usually tell people, let's do the vegetables with dinner and your big meals, and fruits as your snacks, maybe with the nuts.
What did you say was like the afternoon snack, the shake?
Yep, I'm gonna do that in British shake. So I have people who go through like that cravings or whatever, and they just can't make it till dinner. I don't get out of the office sometimes. I don't get home till 7:30 sometimes. So I usually have like a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock something. So it's just to kind of get you to, if you're work late before you eat dinner, possibly late. But focus on these fruits. Now the best ways are, we're gonna go through that in a second. I'll talk about fruits and stuff in a second. Also, we want to eliminate any trans fats, sugar. I don't have caffeine on here, though they do say caffeine. I'm okay with like 1 cup of coffee if you can be healthy with that, but try not to have the sugar in it. If you do the like bulletproof coffee with the coconut oil, they don't say that in the book, but I'm good with that. It works for some people, but not more than that. You can still do herbal teas. And I think is this spelled right? Yeah. Condiments. Okay, so we get condiments. So you can do your natural salad dressings, like olive oil, and making your own balsamic vinaigrettes and seasonings. This is the time to try to experiment and learn about all these seasonings that we have. Unfortunately, condiments are loaded with high fructose corn syrup and sugar. So a lot of our salad dressings, like you look at, are a lot of sugar or high fructose corn syrup. And high fructose corn syrup is really harsh on the liver. Okay, it actually is there are some studies now saying it's causing cirrhosis of the liver. It's causing fatty liver in people. So it takes a lot for that liver to convert that high fructose corn syrup. So it's a little taxing on the liver. So try to stay away from that. Anything processed that the liver has to process. So another thing is talking about proper serving sizes. This right here alone, just getting people to realize, they say a deck of cards is how much protein you should have, or the weight of your checkbook. That's not when we go to the restaurant. It's like, 3 times that big the steak is, or, the chicken. I always talk about this in talks when I go out to eat. It's always 2 servings usually for me. I right away cut everything in half and know I'm gonna have, this is gonna be my lunch tomorrow, or, dinner the next day, because our serving sizes in this country are twice as much. So it's ridiculous. And so making sure we're paying attention to serving sizes. So when we talk about that 5 to 7 servings a day, everybody's like, that's hard to do. It's really not, if you actually pay attention to serving size. So it's just like a 1/4 cup of blueberries is a serving size. Actually, a banana is 2 serving sizes. A large apple is a serving size and a half. So it's not really that hard to get the fruits and vegetables in like you think. So paying attention, look that up. I mean, I got a little chart here, but look that up of what a serving size is, because when you look at it, if you have a big salad, that could be 3 serving sizes of vegetables. So pay attention, and then make sure we try to go more organic, because again, we're not wanting chemicals. We're trying to avoid the chemicals because we're trying to give the liver a little break, and then also feed the liver the nutrients it needs to process these chemicals. and making sure that we're doing the organic, not for just getting rid of the chemicals, but also the nutrient density. This is an old study the university did, I know it's like the 90s, but it's still valid. We're overcropping our vegetables and our fruits, and what's going on is now the soil is under nutrients, so the vegetable and the plant, the fruits are under nutrients. So you can see some drastic number changes, like 1 to 500, 1 to almost 2,000, just talking about our iron and all these minerals that we need, iron, magnesium, and potassium. We need these for just biological functions and endocrine system function properly. So making sure more bang for your buck. Yes, they're more expensive, but you're paying for more nutrients. So do that, not just to get rid of the chemicals. So it's a double bang. You're not having the chemicals and you're getting more nutrients in your fruits and vegetables. Also with that, like right now as we're coming out of winter, so it's harder to maybe get some of the more of the fresh fruits and vegetables. Then my rule of thumb is then you can go to frozen. You're gonna try to get organic frozen if you can. And then if you can, then canned would be kind of like the next thing. So once you start getting more processed, that's the least it's going to be, it's not going to be beneficial as much to you. But trying to get that in. So fresh, frozen, then I say canned. And if you can yourself, then that's even better. So the other thing is really super important on this diet is drinking the water. Making sure we're getting at least some good quality water in. Not everybody's like, but I hate water, it doesn't have any flavor, doctor. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll let you squeeze some lemon in it. I'll let you, put some cucumber in it. Whatever you have to do to try to get over just, it's too boring for you. Do the best you can to get it in. And, we need to make sure we're out of quantity, and we need to make sure we're getting, I'm still on the 8 glasses because nobody still is quite there yet. Not the new formula is like half your weight in ounces. And that's too much math for me. I'm still like, okay, if you could get 8 and if you're a little bigger, maybe 9. Okay, let's get there and then we'll talk about it, what else you need. But just making sure you're getting good, drinking through the day frequently. I have a lot of people that, well, at night when I get home, and just trying to get through consistently through the day, especially on this diet program, because we are trying to flush out everything. We're trying to help the liver get that stuff through. So the other recommendations is making sure we get some movement. I want to, see if we get some exercise in, making sure we're getting some walking in, at least 30 minutes of something a day. Walking, rebounding, activities. You can watch any of my other videos. I talk more in detail about that. Also, this time of year, making sure we get adequate rest, especially with we're talking about all the viruses going around. Sleep's really important. We really need that sleep for our body to function properly. And then also the anxiety, even when it's our stress, anxiousness, if we can try to figure out ways to do that healthy mindfulness. And again, I got other videos on that if you want to talk about that. So what's great about this is we're getting good nutrients in, okay? Concentrated nutrients. You guys, right now, you got a bunch of vegetables in. Good job. A couple servings of vegetables. Pretty easy, right? Really healthy vegetables and nutrients to help support that liver. It's safe and easy, like I said, and it's going to help get rid of those toxins. And what's great is it's friendly. You can say 10 days, or you want to commit a whole month. It's up to you. I highly recommend. I've been doing this, like I said, 17 years. Enjoy the time. People used to crap out at about 9-10 days because they used to only have a 21-day one. It was that was all they offered. And I was like, first time a patient did it, it was they were like, no, tap out the first time through. It was like 9-10 days. And then again, because it's a lifestyle change, it's just like getting on the bike. You gotta do it again and do it again and try to get better at it. And the next time they did it, then they were able to do it, longer. And so I always recommend trying to, first time doing it, try to do it, just try to do the 10 days. 10 days, people are in their head, they're like, I think I can do 10 days. I can get through anything in 10 days, right? So that's something. Otherwise, some of my other people that are really, more want to really work on their health, or they're I would advise more the longer term. Like if we want to see blood work changes, like we were talking about, if you want to see some more weight loss changes, then you want to go longer. The 10 days more kind of little snippet, let's kind of clean up that liver, get a little cleansing in there, but the 28 days a little bit better if you want more of that with long-term results, and it's better to kind of train you in this becoming more of a lifestyle of eating, trying to make better choices, what you're putting in your body, and like I said, it's been proven nutritionally, scientifically, studies have been done on it. So we're going to review again the things that make us healthy. We're going to make sure everything's communicating as well as possible. We're going to optimize that nutrition going in. We're going to make sure we're reducing the toxins that we're also putting on our body and in our body, and making sure we're moving and making sure we have that healthy mindset. So here we got a team of support. Everybody except for Norma Jean, my student intern, has done this program more than once. I'm pretty sure everybody's done it more than once. So we know you can call us. We'll be like, oh yeah, this is what you got to do. If you have some symptom, or you're like, I want to eat something, but what crunchy? We can tell you what to buy for that. So I'm a crunchy person, so we make kale chips and mix different things. So how to kind of help you through that. We're doing till the end of the month, I believe we're doing. Till the end of March, we're doing a 10% off on all the products that if you want to do it. And now is the time to start, or put it on the calendar of when you want to start. I generally advise people, like I said, to do this twice a year, but I have some people, like if I know they're going to a wedding, I'm like, maybe you should start after the wedding, or maybe you should start, or they know they have something big, something like a party or something they know they're going to go to, or a vacation. Like I'm not going to make you restrict yourself on a vacation. So making sure you pick successful ways you can do this, all ways you can successfully do this. Another good thing is if you can get a buddy to do it. It's great that my husband's on board right now, and he's the primary cook of the house, so it's like, oh, this is great. He's trying to make sure he's cooking healthy now, so that it helps. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, yeah, you made that. I'm gonna go have to make something else because I'm not gonna eat that right now. So it's great to have a buddy, a spouse, a friend. I've had a lot of friends that can tag team on that, and it just helps encourage everybody. We've had text groups. Standard Process website has like a big challenge, and they have a Facebook group as well. You can join, and they have all the questions on there. People have asked. There's that's really big. So there's a ton of support out there. And like I said, I have other YouTube videos on all the other topics that I've talked about in the past. I also have my Journey to Vibrant Health. I talk a little bit about the elimination diet, the Standard Process diet, I think in one of the chapters of that, and that's on Amazon. So questions right now? Concerns?
What is that website? The Doctor in You?
Yeah, the Doctor in You is my website.
Oh, okay.
That's the office website. On the office website, we also keep a running blog of all my Facebook Live, my health tips every week I do. That's on there. Any talk I do, it goes on there. So you have a running history right now of all these videos, or you can go to the YouTube channel. It's kind of easier probably to find it through my website if you want the most recent, then it goes back to the past history on those talks. And you can call the office, and we can mail, if anybody's on Facebook Live, we can mail anything out to you as well if you want to get on this program. So, anybody have any other questions?
What is a fatty liver? I've heard of people having fatty livers. Is that just that all the toxins are in it?
So, well, it's where you're actually having fat develop around in and around the liver, yeah. So they'll actually see, if they do see when they do the ultrasounds, they'll see it on the outside of the liver. If they do the slicing, they'll see it inside the liver. So it's
people having it.
Yeah, well, it's just the accumulation. It's like a way of protecting itself. Just like we get plaque built up in our arteries. Mm-hmm. It's the liver's just it's stress in the liver. What's amazing fact is like our liver. Last I read, it was like our liver doesn't show negative blood work until it's 75% not functioning. It is a tough organ. It is super tough. So right around there. So yeah, I've heard up to 90%, but I'm like, I don't know about that one. But 75%. It's a pretty durable organ. So we've been really and we do abuse it in our society. Not even if we're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, like all this other stuff that we're being exposed to that liver has to work out. And the testimonials I've had from doing this purification, I just had someone in yesterday, and I think she was on day 9. She was just gonna do like the 10-day or maybe 12 days. She was gonna write her shakes out until the jar was empty. And she was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can think better, like I have more energy, I'm sleeping better, and that's common. I hear sleeping better is one I've come up quite a bit. So people don't realize how all those chemicals, how they just bombard that brain too, and it affects your sleep. So, it is a weight loss. My husband, right, he'll lose, sorry, I shake my head about these guys. They can lose, they just like give them soda and they're like, drop 10 pounds, So he'll lose like 10 pounds by probably next Friday or next Saturday or something. Don't get me wrong, he is exercising with this right now too. He's doing like 6-mile walks a day and going to the gym. But yeah, he can drop it pretty fast. And then that's the maintaining part. That's where this is supposed to just jumpstart you to try to go, okay, I can do this. Now let's try to maintain that healthy lifestyle. And that's kind of another reason why I kind of try to do it like every 6 months or so, twice a year, because people have slid back into their unhealthy habits, and I've seen it on a lot of him as a testimony. Like he's done it several times with me, and I had done it a couple of years before he finally jumped on the wagon. What made him jump on the wagon was like 12 years ago when that one Super Size Me movie came out or whatever. And the guy was eating fast food for like 40 days or something, and by like week 2, it's like all the symptoms he got, bloated and all these crazy unhealthy stuff, and so he's like, I'm gonna do that diet now. He watched that movie. It was like a marathon or something in a weekend, and he was like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna do the detox with you. I'm like, okay, yay, So, and like every time, like he would lose something unhealthy every time he'd go through it, when you do it once, and he'd kind of go back. And now he's extended where he'll stay healthy, like 3 months more, like he'll stay on trying to be healthier, So he's gotten extensions of every time he's trying to stick with it, and he falls off the So, how it is. But this is kind of how I try to eat all the time. Don't get me wrong, I'll have a cocktail once in a while. I'll have a chocolate, I like my dark chocolate. I like my things. I'm a human person. I like the pleasures in life too. But I want to try to make sure to keep my body healthy, because my goal is I want to still be able to practice like into my 90s. I met a chiropractor. She was my idol a couple of years ago at a seminar. 96 years old. Still practicing 1 day a week. Yeah, she'd been in practice 60-something years. And I'm like, can I just touch your hand? Like, give me some magic. And she was still with it, still in practice. It was pretty awesome. So, that's what I want to be, healthy and vibrant and operating. I don't want to be the statistics we talked about at the beginning of this seminar, the cancer, the diabetes, all that stuff. I want to do as best as I can with this body I have, so I can get the best, out of it. Not just get out, great, to feel better and be vibrant, but, we want to get that longevity and a healthy longevity. I don't want to be living on drugs when I get to a certain point in my life, just to manipulate my body to do what it needs to do. I want it to be able to treat it well, take care of it, and hopefully they'll take care of me. So, I hope you can shut that down. Anybody else got any